these missions can't be good for Caretaker's blood pressure. That's twice now her precious hunter has almost gotten smacked by Hydra. I know this entire situation's gotta suck for you. Not just the whole resurrected, chosen one thing. I get why facing Lilith won't be easy. I was 15 when I found out my mother was capital E evil.
Was your father there for you when you found out?
Dad was evil too. Long story, lots of drama. There was a cool dinosaur. I'll fill you in later. Look, I'm glad my mother is gone, but yeah, at times I just want to hear her voice again. Some days I'd give anything to make that happen. Makes me hate her even more.
The only thing I want to hear from Lilith is a death rattle.
That's one way to save on Mother's Day presents. Enough about her crappy parents. You missed out on decades of good movies. It's my solemn duty to fill this knowledge gap with the best examples I can provide. So, the first thing you need to know, the glowing briefcase is a metaphor. Can we do it again? So, what did you think of the movie?
I understood more than I should.
How? You've been dead for 3 centuries.
I'm not so sure I was dead. Not exactly. I recall a deep slumber, not the void. I dreamt.
Of what?
Of everything. Much of this world is familiar to me. I know it from my dreams.
That's not creepy at all. So, do you know everything?
No, Think of it like this. I know what a car is, but I have no idea how to drive.
You're up to date, but not omniscient. Then I'm guessing you don't know much about me.
Just what you shared earlier.
You're always free to ask. Like, what's the Staff of One? Or who were the Runaways?
I should get going.
Good timing. Looks like Caretaker wants to speak with you, and wow, I should get to bed. Time flies when you're hanging out.
I'm glad to see you're using your free time productively. It's a shame that Faustus got away, but I doubt he'll leave the city until his objectives are complete. There's still time for us to have a word with him. Looks like you're finding your way around. Maybe making some new friends.
I was planning on getting some rest, but
Things are moving at a frantic pace. For all we know, I'll be landing a jet on the roof with Mr. Stark this afternoon. Not quite like it was in the good old days.
the world is still full of monsters and villains, my mother being the worst of them all.
You forgot heroes. The world is still full of heroes. Though sadly, we're missing one of our best.
Agatha? Where is Agatha?
I'm sorry. I should have had this talk with you much sooner. But you should know... Agatha... she's no longer with us.
What? That is impossible. She was so...
Fierce, indomitable, or maybe just kind to a fault.
Agatha's power. How could she be... gone?
She put her trust in the wrong person. Agatha died in an accident caused by her protege, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. The Midnight Sun's latest recruit, a powerful spellcaster in her own right. Perhaps the most powerful Agatha and I had ever seen. Wanda's abilities were growing. Too quickly for my liking. Agatha was determined to help her control them. I tried to caution her, but she would not listen. There was an incident. An accident, I'm sure, but...
Agatha was killed.
Yes, incinerated in an instant. Not even ash to remember her by. The others were heartbroken, as was I. So I did what needed to be done. I sent Wanda away. I know the others still harbor a great deal of...
Was Wanda so different from me as a child?
I didn't have a choice. Wanda's powers were beyond even her own control. And this... I thought she would be safe with Strange. On that part, at least. Ah, Wanda. I conjured a small shrine to Agatha's memory on the ground. You should pay your respect. Good night.
Agatha?
You always did have the most remarkable eyes, Hunter. Just like your mother's. Maybe that's why you're the first.
The first?
To commune with the spirits, of course.
Is this a trick of some kind?
No, it's no trick, dear. You're just the first. I actually find it quite liberating.
You are...
Always straight to the heart of things.
You seem strangely...
After 1,000 years of living.
And what have you been doing?
Meet me by the cave just over there.
The Blood Gate? Care to...
I think we can safely lift the veil on a few more of our secrets.
What is it, Charlie? Find something?
Ominous-looking portal is known as a Blood Gate, and you're the only one among us who can pass through it.
Blood Gate? Caretaker's handiwork?
Yes, Sarah got a little overprotective after the accident with Wanda. It's become something of a habit for her.
I have noticed that.
What lies beyond is meant for you, as much as it ever was for her. Assuming you're up to the challenge, that is.
You know I am.
I do. But it's always polite to ask.
Whoa.
There was a time when the blood stood within these celestial halls to prove their worth. This particular arena belongs to a goddess who often favored Sarah, Ashtor.
Sarah, caretaker, was here?
Nothing ever comes easy, dear. The Elder Gods felt their descendants needed to earn their blessings, which is why they created these trials to begin with.
Trials? I should have known.
This entire realm exists for that purpose. Trial by combat, with no chance of outside interference.
And this is my challenge.
Yes, but I may have found a loophole they never considered. Why don't you try summoning your four-legged friend?
Charlie?
The old gods are responsible for a great many creations, including your faithful companion. I think even they tend to forget that. Good luck, dear. As the goddess of balance and order, Ashtor was sometimes called the giver of justice. Or at least her idea of one.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago. You were too weak for this fight.
Compared to our bow, these hellhounds are nothing but mindless beasts. Don't hesitate to strike. They certainly won't. Good girl, Charlie. Oh, and you too, Hunter. You finished this trial, but don't worry. The other gods are waiting.
This looks like it belongs here.
Sarah was right to be wary of this place. But it's your birthright, and I think after everything you've been through, you can handle it now. The two of you, as well as your mother, are the last of your kind, the Blood. Your lineage follows an unbroken line to the old god, and if you call upon them, they won't work miracles for you, but they're blessed. Why don't you ask the goddess Ash?
Blessings of the goddess.
After all this time, it's still just... It's hard to believe Lilith and... Of course, it was no coincidence that this area is... That's why the and why our sanctuary here has... And now I'm... Why don't you come see me in the library tomorrow night? Oh, and... Let's keep this... Good night.
Is this thing on? Hunter, please come to the forge at your earliest convenience. Again, that's Hunter to the forge. Thank you. Strange out.
Hunter, just in time. His royal weirdness and I were deciding what to do with that nasty little Hydra gift box you found.
Ah, yes. The spooky crate.
The very one. Though it is far from any mere container, I assure you. I am detecting powerful emanations from inside. If this is a sign of what Hydra is after, I fear we are all in grave danger.
My offer still stands. I could fly the thing up and nuke it in orbit. Only way to be sure.
Or we could open it, Tony, and perhaps use the mystical energies I sense inside to our advantage.
Yeah, I heard a "we" in there. Green goopy gamma serums are one thing. I'm not opening boxes full of mummy curses.
You don't have to. Hunter, if you'll allow me.
Your second funeral, boss.
Whatever artifact is inside, it's better off in our hands. If Hydra is now working to acquire mystical antiquities, then our situation is very dire indeed. We need to find a way to gain the upper hand.
And you think you can do it with whatever is in the container?
Tony has one of the greatest scientific minds that I've ever seen. I, of course, have an unparalleled understanding of the mystic arts. I have no doubt that we can find a way to research whatever we find in there and have it work in our favor. I just wonder what it could be.
I hope the two of you create something powerful. I want to stop Lilith quickly and decisively.
As I said, I'm sure it can help us. I just need to convince Tony to set his ego aside. His discomfort with the esoteric nature of the arcane might be a problem.
But Tony's eccentricities aside, I know you can make this work.
Right now, with the sanctum out of my reach, I'm fighting with one hand tied behind my back. Metaphorically, that is. If I can find items to research, I can give the Midnight Suns every possible advantage over Lilith and her disciples.
I look forward to seeing what you come up with.
Me too, Hunter. Now, All this talk is going nowhere unless we can get this container open and study what's inside. Step up to the anvil, Hunter. It doesn't bite. You have my undivided attention. In this reality, anyway. By the hoary hosts of Hoggoth, I can hardly believe it.
What? Is it worse than you expected?
No, it's totally unexpected. It's the Eternity Dagger. This was in a place of honor in my bedchamber in the Sanctum for years. The Sanctum Sanctorum is no common domicile to be burglared. These barbarians have no idea what they possessed.
Or perhaps they did. Maybe these artifacts are exactly what Faustus and my mother were after to begin with.
A distressing thought. If they had my dagger, then who knows what others of my priceless possessions have passed through their greedy fingers. The cube of nothingness. The tear of Profia, and most worrisome of all.
Your toothbrush? You, had a little coffee thing going on this morning with your breath?
Oh, Tony.
Sorry. Doc's right, Hunter. I drank 3 glasses of holy water just to walk through the Sanctum's front door. This is like a doomsday vault for all sorts of supernatural nastiness. We need to put a lid on this mess. Pronto.
I believe Carol is already working on it.
At last. Now that this artifact has been returned to its proper owner, we shall see if we can make use of the mystic forces contained within. It's probably not the object of power you were hoping for. If it were up to Tony, she'd probably be stuffing that item into some machine right about now. Very impersonal. We'll get started right away.
Welcome to Tony's Scary Demon Cave. I'm Tony, and how may I assist you today? Got some upgrades for you, hot off the press. Or forge. How long did you say you were exposed to this?
The research is progressing well, but we need a bit more time. I'm happy to help, Hunter.
Hey, Hunter, got a sec to spare?
You moving? You've been here more in the past few days than I have since ever. The forge is pretty badass, but the creature trapped inside riles up my own inner demon. Speaking of,
You are bonded with the spirit.
damn, you're good.
You are not the first spirit of vengeance to join the Midnight.
Oh man, sometimes when I have crap to work through, I like to get my blood pumping. Why don't we hit the yard for... That's what I call my spirit of vengeance. His real name is something you'd see written on a symbol, but with like 12... Also, he's not allowed inside after the...
It would be my honor.
Well, okay.
I will.
He's the guy with the flaming metal skull and hellfire chains.
Hunter, ready to get your burn on? I'm talking training with Ghost Rider.
Like playing with fire, huh?
Ready to work? Peace.
Hellfire forges the strongest steel.
Maybe you should be the spirit.
Hunter, report to the war room. We've got a mission.
You called for me, Captain?
Keep telling ya, Carol works too, but yeah, I did. Now that Tony's finally starting to get a handle on his gremlin got a lead on some particularly gnarly Hydra operations happening in the
Then let...
My thoughts exactly. There's just...
Lost?
Well, I updated her on the mission. She said something I can only assume to be a
There is no past...
Now you...
Do not worry, Captain.
There's that can-do, get-it-done, old-timey prophesied savior of...
Then I...
Yes.
Careful now.
Robbie, have you seen magic?
No, but there were some pretty crazy energy flashes coming from the dorm.
Thanks.
Yes.
This room belonged to the Scarlet Witch, did it not?
Wanda. It belongs to Wanda. Well, I am in the middle of something.
Captain Marvel has a lead on Hydra. Time to go.
I'm in the middle of something.
Something more
Wanda's first grimoire. Agatha gave it to her when she was teaching her witchcraft. The Dark. She would never let me read it.
That is no child's book. Lose focus for 1 second and be lost completely.
You do not own the darkness, Hunter. I was also raised within it. So much so I barely remember a time. I know what she's going through. To come face to face with true evil itself. To be dragged to some hell dimension so... Your heart so filled with soot that it chokes... I cannot let...
We will find...
And just who will find her? Caretaker? The Avengers?
Do not try to fool me with...
Ileana.
You are like an Avenger. Okay. It is times such as this that I wish someone else here could drill. Perhaps Doctor Strange should spend less time tinkering with Tony's... no matter. Goodbye.
Hi, kiddo.
I take it you found our gatekeeper. When Hydra isn't preoccupied with world-ending scenarios, it's fairly routine stuff for heroes these days. And worse, why don't you check the mirror table? I did the math. It would actually be faster for me to fly.
So what is stopping you?
We're sending you straight to the coordinates Captain Marvel identified in New York. Dr. Banner.
Hydra Immortalis!
Looks like Captain Marvel was right on the...
Heroes. A single world-ending calamity is never enough to satiate your appetite for destruction. You insist on meddling further, forcing our hand yet again.
Well, that's just lovely. Faustus has a radio. I'm assuming whatever Hydra is attempting to flee with on that chopper is our target. I suggest we stop it and see for ourselves.
It was your time.
Hail.
Follow my lead. Regroup and await reinforcements.
You don't even know what it is you're pursuing. The Gamma Disruptor you so narrowly escaped with in our last encounter was only the beginning.
Show yourself to me, Faustus, and I will open more than your eyes.
Such ferocious spirit. You truly are your mother's child, Hunter.
Weak, even for Hydra.
Ready up. Don't mess with me.
Accept your fate.
Not bad.
We serve until the end, taking the shot. More lambs to the slaughter. It's your time.
I hope you're ready for this. Something?
I suppose it's something.
I'm on it. You'd think after 80 years of failure, Hydra would throw in the towel already. These guys got their tactics from the back of a magazine. Watch this.
and regroup. As ordered.
The last thing we need is for that pompous buffoon to win today. Stop that chopper, please.
With pleasure.
Our loyal soldiers are punching bags you've come to expect, are they? Somehow these humans, these mere mortals, dare to stand against ye fierce gods! All is possible with Mother!
Interesting.
Has chosen.
About to take off, and with it any hope of understanding what this madman is actually ranting about.
We will stop it.
Save this one just for you!
Your power is unnatural.
That should keep them grounded. Now let's get everything back to the Abbey for analysis.
Such arrogance. Our brave soldiers will never allow you.
Oh, shut up already. Take them down.
Make way for vengeance. Suffer the pain of your victims.
Well done. Seems like that's the last of them.
Last? There are more heads to the Hydra than you will ever comprehend, heroes. This is a minor setback at most.
Well, at least we don't have to listen to you any longer today. I consider that alone a victory. Well done. If Hydra wasn't paying attention before, they are now. Stay sharp.
Count on it.
Privyet, Hunter.
Feeling a chill, Magic?
You could say that. I've been staring at the night sky, trying to figure it out.
Figure what out?
You're observant, Hunter. You tell me. Or intolerance for bull, even from me.
Stop speaking in riddles and just tell me what is on your mind.
It is not what's on my mind I'm worried about.
What worries you then?
When I was holding the transdimensional door for you back there, I sensed something was at the docks with you. Something dark and familiar.
What did you see, Ileana?
I did not see, I said. I sensed something there. But that's not the only thing I sensed today.
Oh?
Something has shifted in Limbo, but I cannot quite put my finger on it. All I know is that whatever is happening is also strangely familiar to me. And when all you knew was darkness and despair growing up, that warm, fuzzy feeling of familiarity is not just a warning sign, but an alarm bell.
We should inform the others of any potential danger.
Warn them of what? One of Magic's airy-fairy gut feelings? The Avengers are already unsure of us. I do not need to add to that. Best not say anything until I am better able to articulate it. I'd like to be left to my thoughts now, Hunter. I still have a lot of thinking to do, while I try to make sense of what I felt at the docks and the energetic shifts that ripple through Limbo. I will let you know if I do.
Hunter.
Good day, Hunter.
Hey, for someone they just dug up, you look pretty fresh.
The Hunter stalks its...
After some intense combat, I love to unwind with video games. Clash of Hellions, maybe Warman 3. Ninja with a shotgun is a great one.
Tony, why do you name everything after yourself?
Well, you seem like a bright person. Why don't you tell me?
I do not have time to figure it out.
You mean you don't have time to think?
Come on, tell me.
You're breaking up, Hunter. That was decent, boss.
Why, hello, Hunter.
I'm glad to see you're getting comfortable with the words of power, Hunter. If you're going to continue our little investigation of the...
A
side project, but a potentially transformative one. With my Just what in the hell do you think you're doing in here?
Standing in the library?
I've given you free rein so you could get back on your feet, but I never thought you'd pull something like this.
What is it you think I am doing, exactly?
Don't be coy. It does not suit you. I told you how hard it's been since we lost Agatha. Instead of letting it rest, you decide to reopen the wound?
Oh, Sarah. I never thought of this place like that.
Of course you didn't. And now, it's done. Why should I ever stand in your way?
That anger wasn't meant for you, dear. You know.
She may try to mask her feelings.
For most people, the captivating relationships of their lives. Sarah and I spent centuries together, and yet
You still have not.
It may be difficult. Sending Wanda away, sealing the library.
You are right.
It isn't up to me to reveal myself. When that happens, we'll see.
I trust you will do what is right for Sarah.
Yes, we should get back to the real reason. The Abbey grounds have a great deal of history. Even to me. Wanda had taken to knowing that Sarah had no intention of waking you to investigate. Wanda, of course, being the clever girl that she is, her notes are written in an ancient, transient cipher that I've only just begun to I'm sure it still seems a bit cryptic, but
An investigation that involves experiments?
since when? Charlie...
Oshter smiles upon me.
Like most things on the grounds here, there's more to this place than meets the eye. Do you remember the words I taught you?
Are you going to make me...
Humor. You have... The words may be simple, but each represents one of the basic elements.
And...
Scattered to the wind, unfortunately.
Let me...
That's right. I want you to find... Hopefully, as I decipher...
But you have not actually told me...
All in good time, dear. After what happened with Wanda. In fact, I don't want you overthinking this little... But there is one more thing before I head back to the library.
An arcane key.
Just a little something. Like so many other oddities around here. Make your...
That's...
It's more fun that way. Hunter, hello. It's always good to see you.
What do you know about the...
Presumably forged, but with the right power. Just another... Until we speak again.